The identity trap, why you sabotage success right before you get it. You know that moment when things finally click and then you ghost your progress. You hit send on the pitch, get praise, feel momentum, and somehow accidentally spend the afternoon reorganizing folders. That's not laziness. That's your nervous system slamming the brakes when life feels too good, too fast. Here's the relief: you're not broken. You're tripping an upper limit. Success triggers threat, threat chases relief, and avoidance pays faster than progress. Today, I'll give you a 60-second reset you can run on command and a simple 24-hour system that stops the sabotage. 3 parts: the fast fix, the trap map, and the system that holds. Quick win first, no theory. Say this line out loud: I'm not behind, I'm in a reset. Then run this tiny protocol, you'll feel the weight drop. 1-minute script. Breathe for 6. Name one tiny move. Do a 60-second micro action. Stop at the ding. Reassess. Why this works in plain English. Under threat, your brain hunts for the fastest relief. Avoidance pays instantly, so it wins. We flip the payoff, make the start pay faster than escape. Motion becomes relief, not punishment. Let me show you how to run it exactly. Step 1, breathe for 6. Inhale through your nose for 4, exhale through your mouth for 6. 1 or 2 rounds. Longer exhales signal the body to threat. You're not meditating, you're hitting the parasympathetic brake so your attention frees up. Step 2, name one tiny move. Say it out loud so your brain has a handle, not work on the deck. Try, right now I'm just going to open the Q3 deck. If you need a crutch, start with right now, I'm just going to, and finish with something you could do while slightly distracted. Specific beats heroic. Step 3, 60 seconds of micro action. Set a 1-minute timer. Do the smallest visible piece. Open the doc, write one ugly sentence, draft the subject line only, paste 3 bullets you already wrote, rename the file accurately, skim the first heading. For fitness, shoes on and march in place. For studying, highlight the first definition. The rule is simple. If it nudges the task forward even 1 inch, it counts. Step 4, stop at the ding. This matters more than it sounds. If you blow past the timer every time, your body learns that starts are traps. Stopping on time builds trust. Starts are safe, controllable, and short. Step 5, reassess with one question. Do I want 1 more minute? Not should I want. If yes, repeat the minute. If no, close it and count the reset as a win. The point is state shift, not minutes logged. Common mistakes. Upgrading to finish mid-minute. Don't. You're rebuilding trust with your start, not chasing a perfect outcome. Judging speed or quality. The metric is starts, not pace. Stacking tasks inside the minute. Keep it 1 move, 1 minute, 1 win. Let's make it concrete with a micro story. A client saw 2 days overdue on an email thread and froze. We ran the reset, breath for 6 once. Right now, I'm just going to write the subject line. Timer. She wrote, quick update on timeline. Ding, stop, reassess. She wanted 1 more minute. Hi Alex, short update on the deliverable below. Then she stopped again. That was it, no marathon, but the spell broke. The next hour felt lighter because relief moved from avoidance to motion. Try a practice round with me. Whisper, I'm not behind, I'm in a reset. Do 1-4-6 breath. Name your tiny move out loud. If you can, set a 1-minute timer and do it now. If you can't move, visualize the exact motion and where your cursor lands. Notice your shoulders lower a millimeter, that's the signal. What counts as a micro action? Here's a quick menu. Writing, open the doc. Type 1 ugly line, paste 3 bullets, drop a placeholder title. Email, write only the subject line, or the first sentence of the reply. Admin, rename 5 messy files, schedule 1 appointment. Fitness, shoes on, 60 seconds of wall push-ups or marching. Studying, open chapter, highlight 1 definition. Finances, open the banking app, write down your balance. Guardrail so this sticks. Keep it laughably small. If you hesitate, shrink it again. Use an external timer, watch, phone, kitchen timer, to remove mental math. Stop on time when needed. You're proving safety, not faking discipline. Why this beats willpower? Willpower tries to outmuscle threat while your attention leaks. The reset lowers threat first, shrinks the start, and pays relief fast. That turns Start V's escape into an easy choice. 1 more tiny example. Creative block, new canvas, drop one color rectangle. Ding, stop. Most days you'll want another minute, some days you won't. Either way, you bank evidence, I start. Pair the reset with this line right before step 1. I'm not behind, I'm in a reset. Just 60 seconds. Behind is a verdict. Reset is an action. The language aims your brain at the door you can actually open. You've got the lever now. Next, we'll map the trap it breaks so you can see exactly where the sabotage starts and install clean-off ramps you can use all day. Map the identity trap, upper limit, not upper skill. Now let's map the trap you keep falling into. This isn't an upper skill problem, it's an upper limit problem. The paradox is too good, too fast. Wins spike anxiety instead of ease. You land the client, praise rolls in, and your body reads it as unfamiliar. Unfamiliar equals potential threat. Threat brain hunts relief, and avoidance pays faster than progress, so you accidentally derail. Not because you lack ability, because momentum outpaces your current identity setting. Here's the pattern in plain English. Success right arrow identity mismatch, micro self-sabotage. When reality outgrows the story you believe about yourself, your nervous system tries to close the gap by shrinking reality. The shrink shows up as innocent detours, reorganizing files, refreshing dashboards, starting 3 new tabs, or jumping to low-stakes tasks. Each move delivers a small sigh of not it. That sigh is the reward. Your brain learns relief lives in stepping away, not stepping in. The thing most people miss is relief learning. Avoidance isn't random. It's reinforced because it reduces discomfort immediately. That makes it feel smart in the moment and expensive later. You don't need moral pressure. You need a faster relief source tied to starting. That's why the reset works. It relocates relief into motion. But to keep it reliable, you need to see the cues that flip the trap. Cues stack quickly. Praise can cue visibility, which cues stakes, which cues comparison. Your body hears, eyes on me, don't mess up, others are ahead. Old self alarms fire. It's not I'm unsafe, it's I'm not the kind of person who yet. That yet is the mismatch. The stronger the mismatch, the more your system grabs for shortcuts to soothe it. That's why progress days feel oddly exhausting. Your attention is split between the work and managing threat signals. Let's run a 48-hour diagnostic to make this tangible. Think of one avoided moment. Label 4 parts: trigger, thought, feeling, action. Trigger: manager praised my draft in the group channel. Thought: oh, they'll expect me to keep this level forever. Feeling: tight chest, buzzing jaw. Action: open Slack, answered easy pings, avoided the heavy edit. 4 labels on paper collapse fog into a map. Maps make the unknown smaller, which lowers threat enough to choose differently. Common triggers to watch: praise that raises visibility, new stakes like a launch date, comparison pings from feeds, ambiguous tasks with no clear edges, and time pressure that whispers, don't blow it. Notice the first sentence your critic throws out. It's usually simple and global: you're behind, this won't be as good, they'll see through you. That sentence is an on-ramp to the spiral. Catching it early gives you a clean off-ramp. Here's a micro story. A student got featured on her company's intranet. Trigger: spotlight. Thought: I peaked, next one will disappoint. Feeling: restlessness, shallow breath. Action: she organized inspiration for 2 hours, produced nothing. We mapped TTFA in 2 lines, then installed a rephrase. I'm in a reset, 1 sentence now. The next feature came out on time because she moved relief into the first line, not the final polish. Why framing this as identity, not skill, matters. Skills expand linearly with reps. Identities shift with evidence. If your inner evidence bank says, I start, success feels safe enough to hold. If your bank says, I scramble, success feels like a setup. The reset supplies evidence, but you'll double its power by linking it to identity cues and environmental supports we'll install soon. Before that, let's name the off-ramps you can use right when cues hit. Off-ramp 1, label TTFA fast. 1 line, not a journal. Labeling shrinks the unknown. Off-ramp 2, run the 1-minute reset immediately. Relief in motion beats relief in escape. Off-ramp 3, shrink the unit. Smaller target, same reward. You're training trust, not testing talent. Off-ramp 4, speak a coach cue out loud. Right now, open the doc. Mouth to ear is quicker than rumination. Off-ramp 5, remove 1 click. Less friction means less time for the critic to pitch you on avoidance. Watch out for sneaky micro self-sabotage. 3 classics: perfecting prep, new templates, new colors, switching tasks the moment you feel momentum, novelty hit, and stacking invisible rules. While I'm here, I should also. Each spikes effort without increasing progress and quietly rebuilds the avoidance relief loop. When you spot one, pause, breathe out longer, and run a single reset on the original outcome. If you remember nothing else from this map, remember this. The fastest way to lower sabotage is to make starts feel safe to your current identity. Safe isn't pep talks. Safe is predictable relief after a tiny, honest action. You just installed that lever. Next, we'll soften identity itself. Old you versus new you, so starts feel natural, not negotiated. Identity reframe, old you versus new you. Identity is the steering wheel. Behavior follows the self you believe right now, not the self you hope to become next month. If your inner story says, I scramble, you'll unconsciously recreate scramble conditions. If it says, I start, you'll look for the smallest honest door and walk through it. Here's the move. Shift from critic to coach and from finish identity to start identity. The critic talks in global verdicts, always, never behind. The coach talks in specific, kind cues, right now, open the dock. That tone change lowers threat instantly and points attention at a micro action your body will accept. Let's make it concrete with 3 prompts that build a start identity. What's the next sentence? What's easy now? What's 60 seconds? Why these? Next sentence collapses scope. Easy now finds the path of least resistance. 60 seconds ties identity to the reset door you already trust. Mouth to ear matters. Say one prompt out loud, then move your hands. Prompt, then motion. That sequence teaches your nervous system, I lead with starts. Old you versus new you isn't a dramatic makeover. It's evidence. Every tiny start is a vote. 10 votes in a day and your inner narrator updates from I'm behind to I reset. That's when praise and visibility stop feeling like a setup because your identity expects recovery, not collapse. Guardrail, you need to keep this clean. Tie identity to actions, not outcomes. Outcomes live far away and trigger threat. Actions live here and build trust. I'm the person who starts for 60 seconds and stops at the ding, is specific, testable, and safe. I'm the person who crushes a perfect draft, is vague, heavy, and easy to weaponize when a minute is all you've got. Let me show you the coach versus critic swap deck in motion. Critic, you always blow launches. Coach, right now, write one ugly first line of the announcement. Critic, it must be perfect. Coach, what's a possible first line? Critic, this will take forever. Coach, 60 seconds, then decide. This clicked for me when a designer I worked with was stuck for 2 hours on a blank slide. We tried one identity line, I'm a person who starts dirty. She whispered it, set a 1-minute timer, and wrote the ugliest title she could think of. Ding. She laughed, wanted 1 more minute, and added 3 bullets. Momentum arrived after the identity shifted from I make perfect slides to I start slides. Okay, so the tricky part is protecting the reframe when your critic gets clever. It will try to smuggle outcomes back in. Sure, start, but while you're there, finish the whole section. That's your cue to reassert the boundary. I'm in a reset. Starts are enough. Stop at the ding at least once per session. You're building self-trust, not chasing hidden quotas. Practice loop you can run today. Say, I'm not behind, I'm in a reset. Add, I'm someone who starts for 60 seconds. Pick one prompt, next sentence, easy now or 60 seconds. Speak the micro action, right now open the draft. Timer on, move, ding, stop, ask, want one more. Common mistakes. Attaching identity to streaks. Streaks help until life happens. Keep the floor rule, 1:30 to 60 second start preserves identity even when streaks break. Waiting to feel like the new you, feelings follow evidence. Run the action first, let mood catch up. Making the coach voice syrupy, you don't need hype, calm and specific wins, shoes on, subject line only. Quick diagnostic to reinforce the reframe. When you notice avoidance, ask, what identity am I proving right now? If the answer is, I'm the person who escapes discomfort fast, redirect to a start you can complete in 1 minute and cash a clean reward. That swap moves relief back into motion and feeds the I start story. Last piece, write a visible cue where you work. I start, I stop, I decide. Read it before your first block. Then give yourself one ugly first line rep daily, even on smooth days. You're stockpiling safety so big days don't spike threat. Identity isn't a speech, it's a stack of minutes. Start tiny, coach kindly, and keep the promise to stop. Once that feels normal, higher stakes won't trip your alarms. Starts will feel like you. Environment wins. Make starts one tap. You've got the identity lever. Now we make starting the path of least resistance. Environment beats motivation because it decides how many tiny decisions sit between you and action. Fewer clicks, fewer choices, faster relief in motion. Use the one-tap rule. Any priority should open in one tap or less. If your writing doc takes 5 clicks, your critic gets 5 chances to sell you escape. Fix it with direct shortcuts. Create a bookmark that opens the exact file, not the app homepage. Pin that tab. On desktop, make an alias on the desktop that drops you into today's doc with the cursor ready. On mobile, add a home screen shortcut that opens Start Q3 Report Today, not the drive route. 2 clicks removed per start compounds into hours saved each week. Set anchor spots. Decide where you do each type of work and pre-stage it. A writing anchor might be your chair, water, headphones, and the doc shortcut already open. A finance anchor could be a notebook, calculator, and banking bookmark. Add one trigger object you can't miss, a sticky note that says, reset, breathe, name 1 minute. When your eyes land on it, your body remembers the script. Run a friction audit. List your top 3 starts for tomorrow. Next to each, write the current first 3 actions required to begin. Your job, remove 2 steps from each start. Save logins, pin tabs, rename files so they sort to the top with start and today's date. The goal isn't speed for speed's sake, it's certainty. When the first move is obvious, the reset fires cleanly. Pre-stage ending so tomorrow starts itself. At the end of a session, spend 1 minute setting the first step. Leave a bold line that says, next, 1 ugly sentence about X, draft 1 email subject. Put shoes by the door. This is future you kindness. When the entry cost drops, consistency rises. Device zoning is your silent ally. Keep a clean work profile or device with only essential apps. Fun lives on a separate profile or physical device that stays in another room during deep blocks. Notifications are pull, not push. If your role requires reachability, whitelist a VIP channel and silence the rest. Your brain learns nothing else needs you for the next 60 seconds. Make digital hygiene automatic. Create a focus mode that triggers when you open your priority app. Opening your doc silences Slack for 1 minute. Full screen your task window. Hide the doc. Unread badges off. It's easier to avoid checking what you can't see. Avoid the common trap, organizing instead of simplifying. It's tempting to build elaborate dashboards, color codes, and 10 linked databases. If your system takes more than a minute to activate the first action, it's too heavy. 1 doc, 1 shortcut, 1 script. Fancy can come later, starts come first. Here's a quick checklist you can run right after this video. 1 tap rule, create 3 direct shortcuts to exact files. Friction audit, remove 2 steps from each top start. Anchor spot, pre-stage tools and place your reset sticky. Focus mode, silence non-essentials for 60 seconds when the app opens. Pre-stage tomorrow, leave the next line. That's 5 moves in under 10 minutes that make starts automatic. Use launcher muscle memory. Assign a keyboard shortcut to open your top task instantly. Command-Shift-1 opens your writing doc. Command-Shift-2 opens your inbox, today view. Practice until your fingers move before your critic speaks. Motor memory beats mood. File naming is a stealth power. Under stress, vague names are invisible. Rename active files with action first. Start report intro 2026-0114. On mobile, create widgets that point to that file. Language, file name, and shortcut should all say the same thing. Start here. Tame derailers with visibility rules. Phone face down behind the monitor. Snacks out of reach. Feeds logged out. You're not banning anything forever. You're shaping a 1-minute window where nothing competes with the start. If you tend to wander during resets, add 6-second friction to risky apps by disabling biometrics and letting the password manager hold long passwords. That pause is often enough to choose the reset. Micro story. A student took 20 minutes to locate her weekly report template each Friday. We made a one-tap alias that opened the exact file with the cursor in the first line and pinned a tiny start script TXT beside it. I'm not behind. I'm in a reset. Just 60 seconds. Right now I'm going to. Her start time dropped from 20 minutes to 2. Same brain, less friction. Remember the goal? Make the honest start so near and safe your body says yes before your critic shows up. When the environment does the heavy lifting, identity has less to argue with, and the reset becomes your default door. Now that the path is paved, we'll wire a 24-hour cadence that keeps it all running even on messy days. The 24-hour reset, system willpower. Here's the relief anchor before we build. We're fixing the system, not your character. Willpower fights shame and loses. A light daily cadence wins because it removes decisions and pays relief on schedule. 3 beats across a day: recognize, reset, review. The 3 Rs make starts predictable, so your identity stays clean even when life gets noisy. Beat 1, recognize. Use the TTFA label the moment you feel a slide. Trigger thought, feeling, action, 10 seconds tops. Keep it boring and factual. Trigger, calendar ping. Thought, I'm behind, feeling, chest tight. Action, scrolling. Why this works: labeling turns fog into a small map which drops threat just enough to choose differently. Don't analyze. Don't judge. Whether report, then move. Beat 2, reset. Chain it immediately after label so there's no negotiation. Say the line, I'm not behind, I'm in a reset. Do 1-4-6 breath. Run the 60-second micro action. Stop at the ding and ask, do I want one more? Either choice counts because the goal is state shift. If you blank on what to do, shrink again, open the file, write the subject line, shoes by the door. Start first, think later. Beat 3, review. 3 lines at day's end, 2 minutes max. Worked, 2 resets on deck, 1 on inbox. Friction, doc took 3 clicks. Next, create shortcut, leave next line. Keep it neutral. Facts point to levers, judgments feed the critic. The review does 2 jobs: transfers wisdom into tomorrow's environment and banks evidence that you start, which updates identity quietly. Let's stitch this into a real day. Morning start, before inbox, run 1 recognize reset pair on your top outcome. Label the tug to check messages. Reframe, 1 minute on the smallest move. Ding, decide. Then if you want, do a 25 or 50 block. Midday wobble, when energy dips, set a calendar nudge labeled recognize plus reset. Run TTFA on whatever's sticky, do 1 minute, then a clean 2-minute reward, sunlight sip, 1 song, or stretch. Late afternoon, if you've drifted, salvage 1 minute on anything meaningful. Floor rule, never miss twice. 1:30-60 second, start protects identity even on messy days. Common snags and fixes. Snag, you recognize but then spiral. Fix, cap TTFA to 1 line, no journaling. Label once, then run the reset chain without debate. Snag, you do the minute but feel that's nothing. Fix, read your script, starts are enough, and stop at the ding at least once per session. You're teaching safety, not chasing hidden quotas. Snag, review turns into a report card. Fix, swap judgment words for observations. 0 resets after 3 p.m. becomes energy dipped. Move block earlier. Make it visible so it runs on rails. Create a tiny daily note template with 3 headers: recognize, reset, review. Duplicate each morning. Set 2 reminders at your known slump times labeled recognize plus reset. Keep a sticky on your keyboard. TTFA right arrow, reset right arrow, review. Scripts beat stress because they remove choices when you're tired. Layer the floor rule. If a day goes sideways, your only job is a single 30-60 second reset on anything. Open a doc and type 1 ugly word, write a subject line, do 10 wall push-ups. Check the box. Go to bed. Recovery beats regret, and the streak that matters is starts, not hours. Run a micro story to see the loop in action. A client's afternoons kept collapsing. We set a 2:15 alarm, recognize plus reset. At the ping, she wrote TTFA on a sticky. Trigger post-lunch slump. Thought, I'm already behind, feeling heavy eyes. Action, YouTube. Reframe, 1 longer exhale. 1 minute, drag 1 task into today. Ding, she wanted 1 more minute and wrote a subject line. At 5 p.m., her review noted worked, 2 resets at 2:15. Friction, task list slow, pin today view. Next morning, she pinned it. Afternoons held. Weekly, add a 5-minute tweak. Remove 1 click from a top start, pre-stage 1 next line for Monday, and write 1 coach cue for a known trigger. 1 change only. Small levers compound because they protect the system that protects you. Tie rewards to the cadence so relief keeps living in motion. After any defined unit, yes, even the 60-second start, deliver a modest, immediate payoff. 2 minutes in sunlight, 1 song, stretch, water. Keep it separate from work and low stim so the contrast trains your brain. Start right arrow relief. If you forget, you'll feel flat. Add a sticky that says, reward now. Finally, codify your 24-hour reset for slips. Evening, dim lights, no feeds for 60 minutes, write 1 keystone outcome on paper. Morning, water, sunlight, protein, a 10-15-minute no audio walk. Delete and distance high-risk apps for 24-48 hours. Run 1 25 or 50 block on the keystone with your parking lot page. Cash a micro reward within 2 minutes. Maintenance only after. A tiny earned fun window later, timer visible. Then your nightly 3-line review. System beats willpower because it pays relief fast, removes choices, and builds an evidence bank of I start. Install the 3Rs, keep the floor rule, and let tiny levers carry the load. Tomorrow, effort will feel lighter because safety is scheduled. Rewire effort reward. Earn dopamine, not passive hits. This is where we flip the motivation loop. Right now, your brain predicts relief from escape, feeds, tabs, tiny checks. We're going to move that relief into effort by pairing small, immediate rewards with clean work units. Keep it modest, fast, and consistent so your nervous system learns. Start equals relief. First, the seesaw principle. Keep work blocks clean and rewards separate. If you drip stimulation inside the block, songs with lyrics, quick scrolls, inbox peaks, you blur the contrast. Blur the contrast and your brain can't tell what to chase. Hold 1 outcome, 1 window, no extra inputs. Then deliver a low stim payoff right after the unit within 2 minutes. Define 3 wins daily, so you have 3 training reps. Deep win, the hardest, highest leverage unit, 250 words, 2 problems, 1 function refactor. Maintenance win, keeps the machine running, 10 emails to 0, reconcile invoices, update task board. Small win, quick layup, schedule an appointment, rename 5 files. Make each binary, done or not. Work on the report is mushy. Write 250 words in section 2 is crisp. Binary finishes trigger the reward circuit reliably. Now choose micro rewards that don't nuke your baseline. Sunlight sip, step outside 2 minutes, drink water or tea. 1 song, familiar instrumental only, eyes off screens. Stretch set, 90 seconds of shoulders, hips, or a short walk to refill. 2-minute friend ping, 1 honest text, then close. Keep them short and low novelty. You're training contingency, not chasing hits. If you escalate feeds, autoplay, high stim, you'll come back flatter and hungrier. Here's a day in motion. Morning, you label the urge to check inbox, run a 60-second start on your draft, then a 25-minute deep block with the parking lot page ready. Outcome hits, 250 words written. Reward within 2 minutes, sunlight sip. Late morning, maintenance win 10 emails to 0. Reward 1 song, eyes closed. Afternoon, small win, schedule dentist and rename 5 files. Reward 90-second stretch. That's 3 clean pairings and a brain that now expects relief after effort. Why it works, timing and contingency. Immediate payoff strengthens the do this again signal tied to the action you just completed. Delayed or vague rewards don't bind. Random treats teach nothing. Keep the window tight. Finish unit right arrow reward within 2 minutes. Common traps and fixes. Trap, blending reward into the block, music hunt while writing, inbox between paragraphs. Fix, contrast, silence first 5 minutes, then low complexity instrumental if needed. Reward after, not during. Trap, upgrading rewards once it clicks. It's working, so I'll reward with 20 minutes of reels. Fix, hold the micro reward steady for 2 weeks before testing a slightly longer earned fun window. Trap, paying rewards on time, not completion. I sat for 25 minutes, I deserve it. Fix, the unit earns the reward. If you stall, shrink the unit, 100 words, 5 emails, so winning is honest and frequent. Set up an earned fun window later in the day for higher stim enjoyment. 20 to 30 minutes, timer visible, apps logged out afterward. Unlock it only after the 3 wins. This satisfies novelty without leaking into work blocks. When the timer ends, stand, close the device, change rooms. Friction makes tomorrow easier. Quick example loop you can copy today. Deep, write 250 words in the intro. Reward, sunlight sip. Maintenance, process 10 messages to 0. Reward, 1 song. Small, schedule 1 appointment. Reward, stretch. Later, earned fun window, 25 minutes timer, log out after. If you forget to reward, you'll feel oddly flat. Fix it with visual prompts. A sticky that says reward now, a timer label that reads reward in 2 min, or a checklist with a tiny box next to each win. You're not being childish, you're wiring a prediction. Troubleshooting when energy dips. If you keep missing the deep unit, try a 5-minute micro commitment first, open doc, outline 3 bullets. Then set the 25-minute timer. If afternoons crash, place a 60-second intense bout, stairs, brisk shadowboxing, plus water and bright light right before the block, then run the unit. Reward immediately. Keep audio off for the first 5 minutes to stabilize. Guard against escalation drift. If the earned fun window creeps longer or shifts earlier, tighten fences. Move it later by 30 minutes, shorten it once, and log out after. If a reward starts feeling stale, rotate options within the same low-stim category, tea flavors, different stretch, a new instrumental playlist you don't browse mid-block. Variety without spikes. Micro story. A grad student dreaded dense papers. We defined read 1 abstract and highlight 3 sentences as the unit. Reward, 2 minutes of sunlight breathing. Day 2, she added write 1 sentence summary. By week's end, 2 sections per session happened by choice. Not because she loved papers, but because her body expected relief after effort. Bottom line, you're teaching your brain that starting is the fastest way to feel better. Keep blocks clean. Make wins binary. Pay small, immediate rewards. Use 1 earned fun window to house the big stuff. In a few days, you'll feel a subtle anticipatory lift when you sit down. That's the shift we want, effort that chases the reward because you placed it there. Deep work mechanics, 1 outcome, 1 window. Deep work feels heavy when the start is vague and the window is noisy. So we'll make it simple, 1 outcome, 1 window. Before you touch a keyboard, define 1 concrete outcome on paper, not a topic, an outcome. Draft a 150-word intro. Solve problems 3 to 5. Refactor the login function. Outline slides 1 to 5. Under it, write the first micro action, open doc and paste skeleton, write 3 bullets, run tests. The first move removes ambiguity, which kills switching. Pick your block style based on stamina, not hope. You've got 3 reliable options. Pomodoro, 25 minutes on, 5 off, great for getting moving and discrete units. 50-10, steadier focus for medium lifts. Ultradian, 75-90 minutes for heavy creation when you're warmed up. Decide before you start and commit to it. Changing midstream is switching in disguise. Now clean the window. 1 outcome, 1 app, 1 view. Full screen the work. Hide the dock or taskbar. Collapse everything unrelated. If you need references, pre-open them in a single split view. No roaming tabs. Every extra window is a novelty beacon that drains attention. Park your distractions, don't chase them. Keep a notepad on your right labeled parking lot. Any thought that tries to hijack you, email Alex, check spec, idea for section 3, goes there with a tiny box. You've captured it, which lets your brain relax without opening new loops. You'll process the boxes after the block, not during. Start silently for the first 5 minutes. Let your system settle before adding sound. If you use audio, pick low complexity instrumental you've heard 100 times. Don't hunt playlists mid-block. Novelty is a reward, save it for after. If silence boosts output, keep it. When you stall, run the 3-line rescue inside the block. Write 1 ugly sentence, 1 obvious bullet, and 1 question you'll answer next. That tiny motion restarts momentum without switching context. If you must look something up, batch it. Finish your current line, open 1 tab, grab the fact, close it, write immediately. No wander. Use a simple reset ritual between blocks. Stand. Gaze at the farthest point you can see for 20-30 seconds. Drink water. 5 slow nasal breaths with longer exhales. 2 minutes max, no screens. You're clearing noise so the next window starts clean. Then decide, another block on this outcome or a handoff to the next. Close every block with a crisp handoff. On paper, write a 1-sentence summary of what you did and the exact next action for the next block. Example, wrote intro and outline bullets. Next, draft body paragraph 1. This removes restart friction and protects tomorrow's baseline. Common pitfalls to avoid. Quick checks aren't quick. A peek at Slack reopens loops that echo through the block. Commit to batch checks after the block ends. Set a 2-minute timer labeled inbox sweep only then. Another trap, tidy as you go. Formatting, renaming, and foldering are novelty in disguise. Create first, organize second at the block's end. Match block to task. Use 25s to slice ambiguous work into concrete edges, 50s to execute, 90s for deep synthesis when you've already built clarity. If you're new to 90s, earn them. Nail 3 50s this week, then test 175/90 on your most important task. Quality beats length. One clean 50 trumps a scattered 120. Protect posture and physiology. Sit the same way for creation blocks so your body learns the cue. Keep water within reach. If you feel foggy, stand and do 10 slow breaths or a 45-second stare burst before the next block, then go back to silence for 5 minutes. State shifts on demand beat caffeine spirals. Make your meeting world respect deep work. Schedule creation blocks before meetings. Label them with outcomes, not focus. People honor specifics. Use a status that says heads down until 10:30, replies after. If a meeting intrudes, salvage a micro block, 5 minutes to write the next action on paper so the handoff survives the interruption. When interruptions happen anyway, apply the 2-step buffer. Hold up a finger, finish your sentence on paper, then turn and say, I have 7 minutes now, or we can book 2:15. Short conversations stay short when you frame them. Longer ones move outside your window. Finally, build a weekly calibration. Friday, review your last 5 blocks. Which outcome finished cleanly? Which stalled? Where did quick checks leak in? Upgrade one constraint. Earlier block by 15 minutes, tighter window, pre-open references, or a stronger handoff note. One change per week compounds. Deep work becomes easy when the path is obvious and the room is quiet. One outcome, one window, one timer. Define, clear, park, start in silence, rescue with 3 lines, close with a handoff. Do that twice a day, and momentum stops being a mood and starts being your default. Urge surfing, 90-second wave plus clean substitutions. Cravings will spike the second you lower stimulation or face a sharp start. Don't fight them, surf them. Urges are waves, rise, peak, fall, usually inside 90 seconds if you don't feed them. Your job is to ride the crest without switching. Here's the core move, label, locate, lower. When the itch hits check, snack, scroll, say it out loud or whisper, urge to check. That's label. Then locate, where is it in your body? Throat tight, fingers twitchy, heat in the chest. Finally lower, one long exhale, slightly longer than your inhale. Do 2 or 3 rounds. While you breathe, keep hands still and eyes soft. You're giving your nervous system a cue, not danger. Pair it with a microscript that fences the reward. Not now. After I finish X, I get Y, make X tiny and defined. Write 1 sentence, resolve 5 emails, outline 3 bullets. Make Y a clean 2-minute reward, sunlight sip, 1 song, stretch. You're not denying relief, you're scheduling it after effort so the loop retrains. Start right arrow relief. Now, clean substitutions. During a spike, swap novelty with 0 novelty, moves that dump tension without hijacking attention. Keep a short menu within reach. Water, 3 slow swallows. Wall push-ups or air squats, 30-60 seconds. 10 slow nasal breaths at a window or step outside for 60 seconds of daylight. A 30-second forward fold or shoulder rolls. These are boring on purpose. Boring prevents the substitution from becoming the new dopamine source. Edit the environment so urges are weaker before they start. Hide unread badges. Log out of high-risk apps. Move your fun device to another room during blocks. Put a sticky where your eyes land. Urge right arrow 90 sec right arrow X then Y, you're building a reflex for tired moments. Let's run a live drill. You feel the tug for social mid-block. Step 1, label, urge to check. Step 2, locate buzzing hands. Step 3, lower 1 long exhale. Now the microscript, not now. After I write 1 ugly sentence, I get a sunlight sip. Write the line, ding, stand, step outside for 2 minutes. That small follow-through teaches your brain the urge doesn't run the schedule, you do. Common mistakes to avoid. 1, bargaining, I'll just peek. A single peek pays the urge and strengthens it. Surf the full 90 seconds, then cash the planned reward. 2. Stacking stimulation mid-block, new playlist hunts, quick news skim. Keep the block clean. Save novelty for the payoff. 3. Shaming yourself for having urges. Cravings mean the system is recalibrating. Respect the process and keep reps small. Advance move, urge mapping. For one day, tally every urge with a tick and a 2-word trigger. Bored, stuck, hungry, ping sound. You'll notice patterns. Preempt them. If hunger hits at 3 p.m., add a protein snack at 2:45. If a specific ping fires you up, snooze that channel 10 minutes before your usual slump. If stuck on ambiguous step is common, define the next sentence before breaks so re-entry is friction light. If a wave overwhelms you, shrink the unit, not the rule. Can't face 250 words? Do 50. Can't do 5 emails? Do 3. Keep the reward intact. Your training trust. Start stays small and relief follows. Micro story. A developer's 2:30 doom scroll was legendary. We installed a pre-spike routine. At 2:25, she drank water, stood at a window for 10 breaths, and read Not Now. After 1 ticket, I get 1 song. At the spike, she labeled, located, lowered, resolved a single ticket, then took the song with eyes off screens. 4 days in, the urge still showed, but quieter, shorter. 2 weeks in, the scroll slot turned into a reliable 25-minute sprint. Remember the floor rule here too. If you blow a block, don't pay the ruined anyway tax with a binge. Run 1:30-60 seconds, start on anything, then a clean 2-minute reward. Protect the pattern, tomorrow feels lighter. Tie it back to your earned fun window. Keep high stim fun contained later, unlocked by wins, timer visible, log out after. When the 10 a.m. urge screams for feeds, say, booked for 5:30, earn it. Write it on your parking lot with a checkbox. You'll be surprised how often urgency fades once it has a time. Bottom line, urges are weather, you are climate. Label, locate, lower. Promise, after X, I get Y, substitute with 0 novelty. Preempt hot zones. Shrink units, not rules. 1 clean rep at a time, you turn waves into background noise and keep relief living where it serves you on the other side of a tiny start. The 7-day sprint. Restore right arrow, rewire right arrow, reinforce. This week is your on-ramp. 1 rule all week, deep before shallow, and rewards are earned. We'll run 3 phases, restore, rewire, reinforce, so your brain gets 7 clean days of start equals relief. Days 1 and 2, restore. Mornings start fast light, no inputs for 60 to 90 minutes. Water first, then sunlight within an hour, then single source caffeine with protein. Take a 10 to 15 minute no audio walk. Clean your workspace once. Then deliver 1 deep block with a defined outcome, not a foggy task. Keep the window quiet, 1 outcome, 1 app, 1 view. Park distractions on paper. When you finish the unit, deliver a micro reward within 2 minutes. Sunlight sip, 1 familiar instrumental track, or a short stretch. Track urges with tick marks and 2-word triggers. End with a 3-line audit. What outcome completed, where you almost switched and what saved you, and tomorrow's single outcome for block 1. Keep evenings low stim for 60 minutes before bed to protect tomorrow's baseline. Days 3 and 4, rewire. Each morning, write 3 wins with binary criteria, 1 deep, 1 maintenance, 1 small. Deep first in a 25 or 50-minute block. Reward within 2 minutes. Then maintenance, then small. Keep resets clean between blocks, water, breath, distant gaze. Add 1 earned fun window later, 20 to 30 minutes, timer visible, apps logged out afterwards. When urges hit, run, label, locate, lower, and promise, after X, I get Y, continue the nightly audit. You're teaching your brain the fastest relief lives in starts, not escape. Days 5 and 6, reinforce. Set device zoning, work profile clean, fun profile hidden or on a separate device in another room during deep blocks. Turn notifications to pull by default, whitelist only essentials or a VIP channel. Create 2 time fences for deep work, 1 in the morning, 1 late morning or early afternoon, and label blocks with outcomes. Add simple app friction. Hide icons, log out, let long passwords live in a manager. Establish fixed social windows at the same times daily. Unlock them only after your 3 wins. Friday, run a 5-minute mini audit. What worked, what dragged, which trigger hit most, which reward stayed satisfying without escalation, and the 1 constraint you'll upgrade next week. 1 change only. Day 7, consolidate. Run your normal morning fast light, then your deep win. Do a gentle weekly audit with 5 prompts. What worked, what dragged, top trigger, which reward held without escalation, and 1 constraint to upgrade. Plan the next sprint. Pick 2 daily deep blocks, list 3 rotating micro rewards, and set fixed social windows. Close with a light celebration that doesn't dent baseline, a walk with music, tea with a friend, or cooking something great. Keep it intentional and earned. Metrics stay light and honest. Track 3 numbers: deep work minutes completed, total urges tallied, and sleep hours. Optional, number of quick checks prevented by parking lot capture. You're looking for direction, not perfection. Deep minutes trending up, urges trending down, sleep stabilizing. If one sags, adjust one lever the next day. Move a block earlier, shrink unit sizes, or add friction to a sneaky app. A few play-by-plays to keep momentum. Afternoon slump? Preempt with a 45 to 60-second stare burst, bright light to the eyes, and water right before the block. Keep the first 5 minutes silent, then add low-complexity instrumental if needed. Social creep? Hold earned fun to its window, timer visible, and log out after. Stand, close the device, change rooms. Day explodes. Salvage 1 clean 25-minute deep block. Even at 4 p.m., shrink the goal, keep the reward, and protect tomorrow's baseline. Common pitfalls to avoid. Don't stack hidden rules. While I'm here, I should also. Keep scope fixed until the ding. Don't move fences midweek because today is weird. Weird days are when fences matter most. Don't let the audit become a report card. Keep it factual and boring. Facts point to levers, judgment fuels shame. And don't escalate rewards early. Keep micro rewards modest for 2 weeks before testing a slightly longer earned fun window. Micro story. A marketer thought afternoons were a lost cause. She ran days 1 and 2 restore, then added the earned fun window on day 3. By day 5, she zoned devices and moved her deep block 30 minutes earlier. Her weekly audit showed urges down 40%, deep minutes up 35%, and sleep steady. The change wasn't heroic. It was 7 days of starts that paid quickly, fences that removed choices, and rewards that stayed clean. This sprint isn't about proving discipline. It's about scheduling safety. Deep before shallow, start small, pay relief fast. Let the system hold the line so effort gets lighter every day. 30-day scale, progressive exposure plus habit stacks. 7 days gave you lift. 30 days makes it automatic. The plan is simple. Widen the gap between novelty hits, lengthen 1 focus block at a time, fade micro rewards just enough to strengthen momentum, and stack tiny anchors so starts fire without thinking. Start with progressive exposure to high stim apps. Week 1, keep 1 earned fun window after your 3 wins, 20 to 30 minutes, timer visible, log out after. Week 2, add a second tiny window on 3 days only, 10 to 15 minutes, still unlocked by wins. Week 3, test a single midday check on 1 or 2 days, but only after your deep win is complete. Week 4, choose 2 days to skip the midday check entirely. You're proving novelty is available, not constant, and effort still comes first. Next, ramp capacity 1 notch per week. If 25-minute blocks are steady, choose 1 daily block and upgrade it to 50 minutes for week 1. Hold everything else at lengths you can nail. Week 2, keep that 50 solid and move a second block to 50. Week 3, test 1 75-90-minute block on your most important task, once per day max. Week 4, keep that long block for the hardest outcome and let the others stay at 25 or 50. Fewer clean blocks beat more messy ones. Now fade rewards carefully. Weeks 1 and 2, keep micro rewards after every defined unit. Week 3, merge 2 small units into 1 reward for your deep block. Write 250 words plus edit a paragraph, then pay. Week 4, keep the immediate reward for the morning deep win and shift the afternoon block's reward to a slightly delayed celebration at day's end. You're teaching your brain to enjoy momentum while keeping the contingency that makes starting easy. Stack habits so resets happen on rails. Tie morning fast light to wake up, water, sunlight, then coffee. Tie the parking lot page to opening your laptop. Page down, pen uncapped, outcome written before keys. Tie your reset ritual to timer end. Stand, distant gaze, water, 5 slow breaths. The fewer decisions, the steadier your baseline. Install a weekly review rhythm that keeps improvement light. Every Friday, run keep 1, drop 1, test 1. Keep a constraint that clearly worked, fixed social window, device zoning, or deep before shallow. Drop a friction that didn't move the needle, an extra tool you never used. Test exactly one tweak next week: earlier deep block by 20 minutes, a different micro reward, or a 60-second stare burst before your heaviest block. One change per week compounds without chaos. Give identity a front row cue. Write, "I earn dopamine by doing hard things," where you start. Read it before block 1. When you wobble, say it once, then run the smallest next action: 5-minute start, ugly first line, 1 subject line. Feelings follow evidence. Expect life to throw noise at you. Travel? Protect one 25-minute deep block and your evening wind down. Crunch week. Short and earned fun windows, don't delete them, and move your short intense bout earlier to spark focus. Slip day. Use the 24-hour reset. Sleep, light, protein, walk, 1 keystone block, immediate micro reward, maintenance only, 3-line audit. Watch for quiet leaks. Unread badges creeping back, quick checks between paragraphs, playlist hunts mid-block. Fix with friction. Hide badges, log out, keep audio off for the first 5 minutes. If you feel flat, lower novelty for 48 hours and add more clean rewards: sunlight, tea, stretch, without escalation. Track minimal metrics to steer. Daily, note deep minutes, urge count, and sleep hours. Adjust 1 lever a day when a metric sags. Move a block earlier, shrink units, add friction. Direction, not perfection. Here's a sample month you can copy. Week 1, 1 daily 50-minute block for your top outcome. 1 earned fun window after 3 wins, micro rewards after every unit, morning fast light every day. Week 2, add a second 50 on 2 days, keep windows, run keep drop test on Friday. Week 3, upgrade 1 block to 75/90 for your hardest task, merge 2 micro units into 1 reward for that deep block, allow 1 midday check on 2 days after the deep win. Week 4, hold the long block steady. Delay the afternoon block's reward to day's end, skip the midday check on 2 days, tighten fences where drift appeared. Micro story. A product manager ran this sequence. Week 1, she locked a 50-minute morning block and 1 earned fun window. Week 2, she added a second 50 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Week 3, she tested a 90-minute spec session every morning and merged 2 micro units before her reward. Week 4, she delayed the afternoon reward and skipped the midday check on Mondays and Fridays. Her deep minutes rose 42%, urges dropped a third, and she reported calmer starts. Not because she became superhuman, because the system made starts obvious, rewards honest, and novelty contained. 30 days isn't about grinding. It's about installing edges that carry you. Widen the gap to novelty, lengthen 1 block at a time, fade rewards gently, stack anchors, tweak weekly, and keep identity tied to starts. Do that, and focus becomes how you operate, not how you feel. Real-life tactics: work, school, social, travel. Open offices first. Make your signals unmissable. Headphones on means do not disturb. Use the same pair so coworkers learn the cue. Add a tiny tent card that reads, "Heads down until 10:30. Book rooms for your heaviest block the day before. A recurring 60-90-minute slot beats I'll find a spot." If rooms are scarce, build a mobile deep work kit. Laptop stand, noise-canceling headphones, notepad, privacy screen. Sit with your back to traffic to reduce novelty. When someone approaches, use the 2-step buffer. Finger up, finish your sentence on paper, then, "I have 8 minutes now," or "We can book 2:15. Most chats fit 8, bigger ones move. Meetings drain attention unless you fence them. Batch after your deep win. Default to 25 minutes with 2 lines in the invite, purpose and decision needed. In a 60-minute slot, call a midpoint decision check at minute 25. Decline or delegate status updates when a written brief will do. During the meeting, capture 1 outcome. What's my next action by when? Close with that assignment aloud, then exit. If you host, end 5 minutes early. Guard your next block. For high-message roles, create a VIP channel whose pings break through. Everything else moves to pull checks at fixed times. Set a clear status. Heads down. Replies after 11:15, so people know when to expect you. Make shallow windows predictable so deep windows stay clean. School next. Treat the library like a gym. Pick a fixed time and show up. Rules: phone powered off or in a locker, single tab open, parking lot page out. Study sprints work best in 50-10. Silent for 50, then a clean 5-minute break, water, mini stretch, no feeds. For problem sets, define your outcome before you start. Problems 3 to 5, then write the first line of work to remove ambiguity. After lectures, schedule a 20-minute recap within 24 hours. Turn notes into one paragraph and one question. That recap cements learning and earns a micro reward. Group projects need edges. Start with roles, deliverable, and deadlines before any chat. End by assigning the next smallest action to each person with a time. Keep meetings short and evidence-based. Social life doesn't have to fight focus. Make earned fun a shared rule. I'm free after my 3 wins, 6:30 works. Protect one daily window, timer visible, log out after. Out with friends, park phones face down or in a bag, pick one person as playlist captain and keep feeds off. Carking can be fuel if you frame it. 50-10, no phones on desks, reward with a walk and a chat. If group chats spike urges, mute by default and pin one check time daily. Post, I'll reply at 5:30 so expectations stay clean. Handle sticky roles without collapsing fences. Analytics-heavy jobs, set 2 check windows and use a long password to slow casual refresh. Slack-heavy roles, VIP channel on, the rest snooze during deep blocks, status with return time. Customer support, batch tickets in 25-minute sprints with 5-minute resets. Protect one deeper block for documentation that reduces future tickets. Meetings week. Salvage a mini system, 1 deep 25, 1 maintenance 15, 1 small 5, each with immediate micro rewards. Morning light still happens. Parking lot stays out. Earned fun remains boxed. Travel adds noise, so shrink the system. Pack an offline kit. Pre-downloaded docs, notes app, noise cancellers, parking lot page, portable charger. Gateside becomes a focus zone when Wi-Fi is off. Run one 25-minute block with a clean reward. Stand, water, distant gaze. On arrival, run a mini fast light. Water, sunlight, short no audio walk, then one defined outcome. Keep your earned fun window, just shorten it to 10-15 minutes and log out after. Jet lag. Front-load sunlight exposure, protein early, and shift your longest deep block to your highest energy window, even if it's mid-afternoon. When travel piles on interruptions, guard the floor rule. If the day blows up, do one 30-60-second start. Open a doc, write one ugly line, send a subject line only, shoes on. Cash a tiny reward. Go to bed. Recovery beats regret. A few quick plays you can run anywhere. Use launcher muscle memory, map command shift 1 to your start here doc. Pre-stage endings leave. Next, one ugly sentence about, before you close. Keep the coach voice ready. Right now, open the draft. If a spike hits, label locate lower, then promise, after one tiny unit, I get 2 minutes of sunlight. Remember the principle behind all of this. Real life is noisy. You won't outmuscle it daily. You don't need to. You need starts that are near and safe, blocks with one outcome, social windows that are earned and contained, and a floor rule that rescues bad days. Install those, and progress survives open offices, classes, dinners, and airports without drama. Momentum metrics measure starts, not finishes. Let's make progress measurable in a way your nervous system believes. We'll track starts, not finishes, because the lever that breaks sabotage is the first minute. Every 60-second, reset you run equals 1 check. That's a win whether you continue or stop. We're rewarding the behavior that flips relief into motion. Set up a 1-row tracker with 5 small boxes for today. Label them R1 to R5. Put it where you can't miss it, top of your notebook, first tile in your notes app, or a sticky on your laptop. Each time you complete a reset, check a box immediately. Fast feedback matters. The instant check tells your brain start equals win, which keeps the loop pointed at action. Build a start streak, at least 1 check every day. The floor rule saves you. If the day slides, run a 30-60-second reset at night on anything, check the box, and go to bed. You're protecting identity, not chasing perfect output. Starts are elastic. They survive messy days. Add a tiny wins note, 1 sentence per day. Wrote 1 ugly line at 9:12. Sorted 5 subjects at lunch. Shoes on, 1 minute. On rough mornings, read the last 7. Receipts beat mood when your critic is loud. What if your checks drop for 2 days? Don't blame motivation. Tune the system. Shrink the unit size, increase friction on a tempting app, or shift your window earlier. The metric points to levers: smaller, stickier, sooner. Avoid perfection tracking. No time logs, no bar charts. Boxes and a sentence are enough. If updating the tracker takes more than 30 seconds, it's too heavy. Complexity is friction wearing a productivity costume. If you want light categorization, add tiny initials next to each check. W for writing, E for email, F for fitness, S for studying, A for admin. At week's end, glance. If your checks are all E and A, you know where the avoidance slope lives. Next week, aim for 1 W check daily. Nudge, don't shame. Run a weekly momentum review, 3 minutes tops. Ask, how many start checks did I earn? Which day had the fewest? Why friction, energy, or clarity? What's one friction I'll remove and one pre-stage I'll add? Then act. Create one shortcut. Leave one next line. Done. Tie starts to the 3 Rs, so this runs on rails. Each recognize, reset, right arrow review cycle should earn at least 1 box. During review, count boxes and write 1 friction to remove tomorrow. The metric drives the tweak. The tweak makes the next start cheaper. Here's a dead simple daily flow you can copy. Morning, run 1 reset on the top outcome, check R1. Late morning, maintenance reset, check R2. Afternoon slump, tiny reset plus clean reward, check R3. If energy allows, 2 more resets scattered, R4, R5. At night, 1 line tiny win plus 3 line review. That's momentum measured. Micro story, a client tracked hours for months and felt defeated nightly. We swapped to 5 boxes labeled starts. Week 1, 2 checks per day. Week 2, 3. By week 4, her start streak hit 14 days. She reported lighter mornings and better finishes as a side effect. The headline wasn't output, it was starts felt safe. Compounding is sneaky. 5 60-second resets spread across a day often beat 1 forced half-hour you'll skip. Over a month, that's 150 starts, 150 reps of I begin. Identity updates from evidence, not promises. On bad days, use the floor rule. If you've checked nothing by evening, run a 30-second reset on anything. Open the doc, write 1 ugly word, 5 wall push-ups. Check R1, sleep. Your training reversibility, Mrs. Reverse Fast. Keep a checkpoint phrase that keeps you honest. We count starts, not stories. If you moved for a minute, it counts. If you told yourself you would and didn't, it doesn't. Clean metrics build trust. When the critic whispers, not enough, your tracker says, we start. That's the metric that moves identity and deletes shame tax. Measure starts so starts grow. Relapse recovery, the 24-hour reset protocol. Permission first. Slips happen. When you spiral, switch to protocol mode, no self-trial, no catch-up heroics. We're going to clear noise, earn 1 clean win, and reestablish safety in 24 hours. Evening, phase 1, stabilize. Dim lights for the last 60 minutes. No feeds, no inbox, no quick check. Do 1 quiet task, lay out clothes, tidy your desk, or prep a bottle of water. On paper, write 1 keystone outcome for tomorrow with a binary finish line. Draft 150 words of intro. Resolve 5 tickets. Outline slides 1 to 3. That single line is your North Star. If you're wired, take a warm shower, then do 10 slow nasal breaths with longer exhales. We're telling your nervous system, we're safe, we're done for today. Morning, phase 2, restore baseline. Water first. Within an hour of waking, get sunlight, 5 minutes outside if possible. Then single-source caffeine with protein. Add a 10-15 minute no-audio walk or simple mobility. No phone, no inbox, no podcasts for the first 60-90 minutes. You're rebuilding a stable clock and a calm starting state without novelty spikes. Phase 3, delete and distance. Log out of high-risk apps for 24-48 hours. Move your fun device to another room. Hide unread badges. Close problem tabs and bury tempting bookmarks in a later folder. This isn't forever. It's a reset window so effort feels rewarding again. Phase 4, 1 keystone block. Choose 25 or 50 minutes based on capacity. Set the outcome on paper and write the first micro action underneath. Open doc and paste outline, write 3 bullets, run tests. Full screen the task, parking lot page out, phone out of reach. Start in silence for 5 minutes. When urges hit, label locate, lower than promise. After I finish this tiny unit, I get a 2-minute reward. Finish the unit. Ding. Immediately deliver the payoff. Step outside with your drink, 1 familiar instrumental track, or a 90-second stretch. Keep it low stim, separate, and honest. Phase 5, maintenance only. After that keystone win, switch to small upkeep. 10 emails to 0, pay a bill, schedule an appointment, document 1 fix. We're preventing another crash, not setting records. Between blocks, keep resets clean, stand, distant gaze, water, 5 slow breaths. Phase 6, protect the afternoon. If your slide usually starts midday, preempt it. Place a 60-second stare burst or brisk shadowboxing right before your next task, then bright light to the eyes, plus water and a protein-forward snack. Keep the first 5 minutes of the block in silence. If you must check messages, batch them in a timed sweep, close when the timer ends. Phase 7, contain novelty. Set one earned fun window later, 20-30 minutes, timer visible. Unlock it only if your keystone outcome is complete. Log out afterward, stand, change rooms. That physical close protects tomorrow's baseline. Phase 8, close the day. 3-line nightly audit. Keystone done, yes, no. Biggest trigger. One friction to remove tomorrow. Keep it factual and short. Then write tomorrow's single deep outcome on paper. Lights down. Micro story. A developer blew a whole Tuesday to tabs and clips. That night, she dimmed lights, wrote resolve 5 tickets for tomorrow, and skipped feeds. Morning, water, sunlight, protein, 10-minute walk. Logged out of YouTube for 48 hours. Ran one 25-minute ticket block, rewarded with a 2-minute sunlight sip, then did maintenance only. Afternoon, she preempted the slump with a stare burst and bright light. One earned fun window at 5:30, timer, log out. 3-line audit, next day's outcome set. Wednesday felt normal again, not because she pushed harder, but because the system restored safety. Common pitfalls: don't stack penalties, no punishment workouts, no inbox marathons. Don't turn maintenance only into stealth deep work. Don't negotiate the reward, pay it immediately after the unit. And don't expand the earned fun window on reset day. Keep it contained so contrast stays crisp. Why this works? You're lowering stimulation, stabilizing biology, earning one honest completion, and binding effort to relief again. That combination turns a spiral into a blip. Tomorrow, return to the 3 Rs and your starts will feel light. Your upper limit isn't laziness, it's a nervous system loop. Safe, tiny starts flip it. 1 minute, one outcome, clean reward, identity intact. That's the lever. Run one 60-second reset on your most avoided task today, then use the 24-hour protocol next time you slip. Want the advanced live deep work demo with timers, parking lot, and reset ritual in real time? Subscribe now and watch the next video. I'll walk you through a full block you can copy.